Okay, hope you enjoyed the first part of episode 51. Part 1 is completed, and now we're going to do a part 2 of episode 51. So it's still the same Friday afternoon, but we had so much length of footage it would have went on for almost 45 minutes or so, and most people usually don't want to watch more than about 20 minutes of video, so I try and keep the videos down in that kind of range. So with that, we're going to go through, we cover a little bit more discussion with Bong, and covered what I wanted to do for the open stairway concept, how I want to have it, what my idea of how I want it to look, his review to go through and give me a price on that, Ian's wanting an open glass concept at least at his back edge of his upper deck, so that he has a unobstructed view to the sea, to the bay there as we go through. A little bit of discussion too about some of the different restrictions that are there in by Santa Lucia, the developer. Santa Lucia has a deed restriction on these of 9 meters, but they measure from the curb. So it's very much, you may have heard us talk about this in past videos about someone else being, over or above or whatever they are from the curb height. But the measurement of a home height is recorded from the curb. So I cannot exceed 9 meters from my curb height. In my case, I worked very close with my architect, Sheena. In her first original design, she was about 6 inches over that, and her statement was, well, you'd give up the bond if you went over and did that. Again, I really wasn't as worried about the bond, as they can force you to remove anything that was over that 9-foot restriction. That could be quite costly and could be quite devastating to the plan. So we made sure to make changes to the plan so that we're 6 inches underneath that. And also where my butterfly roof goes out this way and this way, it's inverted like this. I'm shrinking it down so that it doesn't go over the full height. With that, I should gain about another 6 inches in reduced height when we're doing this. Okay, with that, we'll get on with part 2, the drone footage. Thank you.
Anticipate some changes, and then we put already some concrete, and then we will demolish it.
Tear it out to do it. Yeah, it'd be a total waste to do. Yeah, I think I, as long as it's not exorbitant for the extra for the open concept to go through and do that, but because again, I've got that big window there, and I don't want the window to just look in and see a concrete.
It's useless.
Yeah.
Ay, talagang saktong date natin ng concrete pouring.
Bukas po
okay.
Yung klate nito.
So magre-ready ako ng food.
Tapos
Actually, dito kami, they always bring some merienda.
ito.
During break time,
Did you bring that?
Yeah. On Fridays.
Yeah.
We do every.
I know. But
Yeah.
he told me every Friday they can.
You weren't here last Friday. We did.
He made beef stew. Bulacan.
Very good.
Is that what they call in this country?
Bulacan.
You're there, you have that. Yeah. Sabi ko yung merienda, dadala rin nga sila every Friday, yes.
Meron po andyan sa kabila. Andyan sa taas.
Then after that,
Kasabang naman na.
for the queuing, we'll put complete already yung and then CH belaying, and then almost ready by next month.
Yeah.
We're ready for
Yep.
for another floor, like
Good.
in a house.
That's getting up there. The funny part is we used to drive in the front and you'd see that house, Now you drive in, you see our back walls. Oh, really?
Because we're blocking him.
Yeah, he's
Blocking him.
complaining about what happened to these two buildings. I already told the foreign old we follow everything. We have permit. We have
9 meters.
Yes, the 9 meters height standard.
Yep, yep.
So
Yep.
So I told my foreman. So it's better he bought this lot before, right?
Yep.
He won't complain because this was purchased illegally.
Yep.
Application for the permit from the Santa Lucia. Is
Everything
legal.
went
Yeah.
legal, yeah.
So we didn't obey anything.
Nope. No, I was actually when Sheena did the first one,
Yeah.
she was 6 inches over the 9 meter, and so I
Yeah.
made her pull the house, and when we pull that roof deck back, we'll also lose another 6
Yes,
inches.
correct,
So
yes.
we'll be well below the.
much lesser height.
Yes, because the roof is, because again, my roof doesn't go out like that, it's
But,
in like that,
What's the name?
almost
of the-
flat.
Nakalimutan ko, I forgot the name of this guy. This was before he was living in near Hanjin
Yeah.
shipyard. Yung sa building there.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
He separated also. He built a lot there.
Right, yeah.
He's from UK. He's British.
Oh, UK, okay, I thought he was Austrian. I thought there was one that's
German, yeah.
German or Austrian up there.
I'm not sure what we could have done differently. If you're going to build a house here, it's going to be in his way.
Well, but I don't think it's going to bother his view. Look where he's at.
You have the road, maybe.
Yeah, okay, you want to see the road too? Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I explained to my foreman, we follow the elevation from the road. So
Yep.
we will measure the standard height from the high level of
Yep.
the road. Yes,
Yep.
That
Yep.
was the 9 meters.
Yep.
So
Oh, believe me, I know it. I went over that with Sheena like 3 and 4 times before I approved the plan that we were within the height.
we obey everything,
Yes.
especially the height of the building. Yeah, because it was happened to
It happened to Marvin.
Marvin.
Yeah.
I
Same
don't
thing?
care about my building, but actually, Sir Marvin is hard-headed.
Yeah.
Or what are we going to do? He like to make it 10. So, yes.
Just to spite the guy.
Yeah. And then from the another forecourt,
Yeah.
right side,
Yeah.
it was actually set back. And then I don't
Yeah.
want to see that guy.
Yeah.
I don't want to see my neighbor. So put it far
Yeah.
It was not through your plan.
Yeah.
And
Well, at least, like I said, at least when we pull back the roof deck, we'll drop 6 inches anyway when we do that. So it'll drop that again. Because again, I'm not doing a peaked roof like that. I'm doing the butterfly.
Sir Marvin didn't get the 175,000.
He
Yeah,
didn't get it back.
Yeah, he
Well,
didn't
he
get-
modified a lot of stuff off the plan.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
We're pretty well
Because
sticking to plan.
Actually, when the Santa Lucia looked at the plan, oh, this is the revision, this is another revision for the roof deck. Actually, based on the plan, there is no balcony at the top.
Yeah.
There is no family area. But he insists us, make it. Then during Christmas, please, hurry up! Diba? Pasko. Make it. Put some concrete. Yeah. So that when he saw it, it's already done. So we do it. Imagine, December 31, we are working.
Yes.
Yes. It's almost New Year.
So you're going to let the guys leave early on Tuesday for New Year, are you?
Yeah.
I'm asking you. Are you going to let the guys leave a little bit early?
Yeah.
Good. In North America, New Year is a big deal. I mean,
that's
you,
right.
you don't work that
Christmas
afternoon.
Eve is nothing to us. But New Year's Eve, yeah. Pag ano daw,
So Ian's been busy talking about Boxing Day.
yeah.
And I'm telling him, I said, this is not the UK. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's Christmas Eve and Christmas here is the big days.
Yes, that's right.
And All Saints Day.
And All Saints Day. Yeah, that was quite an event trying to get over here past the cemetery.
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm going to try and get the drone up.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you. So we'll begin with the drone footage here. I always take off from the street, so I've got a clear opening and I've got to get up clear of the power lines that are running diagonally over to Ian's house and diagonally back to my house when we're going through. So once I've cleared those, I'll move across. And again, my flying skills are probably not as good as many others, but again, I'm staying clear of the rebar coming out of the top of my house. You can see the decking going into place, and this is the decking for my second floor, which is where the master bedroom and two other guest bedrooms will be. You can see the opening over to the one side. That's what Ian was laughing and talking about, my convertible space, because that actually is an opening. Will be a balcony on this side that looks over and down into the great room living room. So the great room living room will actually be a great room. It's 2 stories high for the ceiling height. So that makes it 6 meters in height. So that's convert that over. That's nearly 20 foot almost in height for the ceiling here. Let's fly across a little bit and look at Ian's house, and you can see his second floor is well underway and developed, and they're actually beginning to set the boxes for his roof deck, which will be the final level of his home, other than he has a roof going over the top of that roof deck. Take a vertical look down, again, looking down into my living room, and then the space in between our 2 homes. I'll try and get the drone in between here, and I'm trying to get to a level where I can look across at his workers as they work along the top edge of his second floor. I get a little beeping here from the pole sticking out there. I get a warning indicator, so I'll move over here a little bit. Hopefully not fly the drone into any obstacles. And it's relatively low wind, so it's easy to control the drone right now. I put it into the camera into a more vertical sweep, so you can go through and see the workers, look directly across at them. You can see they're setting some of the in the case of the small orange, that's the electrical, and the white there, small white, is the plumbing, and any large white is the drainage. We get a little look down into Ian's facade, and now I do a close-up here, and I'll close in on Bong, his wife Jean, and Saul, our foreman of the sites when going through. So Saul actually is the foreman over both sites and controls that. You've seen him many times. You perhaps, I don't know if I've seen Bong and shown him before or not, and his wife Jean. They equally participate. So I mean, it's a husband-wife team when they work on that. You can see her there with the blueprints in hand. And the one thing I am most pleased with is they adhere strictly to the blueprint when go through. If what we were requesting today was changes that both Ian and I wanted to make from the blueprint, and they're very willing to work with us to do that. But of course, we need to make sure and be clear what we're asking if we're asking them to deviate from the blueprint. Again, this is looking down into Ian's second floor. You can see it's all well developed. The master bedroom is to the right. There's 2 bedrooms to the left, two smaller guest bedrooms to the left, and then I'm going to fly off the south edge here. I get a good look at Charles' solar panels. Important to us because Ian and I both intend to use the same solar company that Charles used, and actually same solar company that Andy used. We've not yet visited with them, but we have a good idea what we want to do with that. Turning back around here, turning to the north. The north is now looking back at my house across, and you can see all the steel decking there laid out in place. You can see the electrical grid laid out across the floor. This is looking now downward into Ian's second floor. Again, his second floor walls are up and his floor is there, and they're preparing to do his final roof deck flooring. Soon they'll have the metal decking up there along with those beams all boxed in with that.